Hello? Mic test. You read me loud and clear, yeah? Alive, yeah? Okay, good. Okay, seems like there was an update earlier today. Specifically for this. Grand Assault. I mean, like I said, I don't play on the JP server, so I have no idea what it is. I've looked through this FAQ, but it's more or less the same as the Total Assault. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah. It's pretty much the same. Yeah. Tickets, mock battles, difficulties, and then trying using students that haven't already been used. It didn't explain the format at all. Pretty sure it was in the Shirko Terror event, that one? Pretty sure there was something like that, where a lot of students went out at once, right? Wasn't there? Well, in any case, that's not available at the moment. Today we continue. The Fox and the Rabbit. Ah, yes. Sensei rejected Kaya's offer for handing over more power to her. Now let's see what choices Sensei makes. The next morning in front of Kawasaki Park. That sounds ominous. Attention residents, a new executive order will go into effect at noon today. Please visit the General Student Council website as well as your local administrative agency for further details. We look forward to your active cooperation in any future inspections by law enforcement. The General Student Council is not responsible for any harm or damages incurred from a failure to comply. Once again, attention residents, a new executive order will go into effect at noon today. What is this martial law? It's not even a state of emergency. Is this really happening? I guess so. Although I don't even know what this is. I really tried to read through the clauses on their stupid website, but it was so convoluted you can't tell what they're saying at all. Do you think Sensei's okay? We haven't heard from them since they went to the General Student Council building yesterday. Sensei will be okay. The new council's influence hasn't reached the Sanctum Tower as of yet. My biggest concern is what's happening all around the city right now. The announcements were alarming enough, but since this morning I've seen a parade of armored transport and soldiers filling up the streets. There's no way it's another coup, is there? I mean, it's way too eerily quiet. We would have at least heard some shooting. I mean, wouldn't you think that, they'd have done something to Kaiser by now? Since, well, the shit they pulled during the incident, right? I keep referring to that incident, but I can't remember what the event was called. False Sanctum Tower stuff. The final chapter. Yes, the final chapter. Quote unquote. It's okay. It's hard to tell. We don't have any vision of the city from here. Sorry. Right now, information is our most essential resource. We'll have to do some recon in the field. Excuse me. Gear up, Rugged Squad. Well, let's get to the bottom of this. Oh, jeez. Aren't those idiots Kaiser's special forces or whatever? Yeah, I recognize them. Why are they decked out in gear in the middle of the street, in the middle of the city? It's all civilian zones here. Attention citizens, as of today, security supervisions of our 47 districts, including Kawasaki Town, will be managed by Kaiser Security. In accordance with the Acting General Student Council President's will and the new executive order, Kaiser Security will ensure public order in Votos. We request the public's cooperation to ensure a seamless transition. Yeah, no. Oh man, running so late. Where's the traffic light? Taking forever today. I'm gonna be late at this rate. Maybe I'll just go. Me? Yes, you. Why are you trying to cross the street when the light is red? I was running late for my appointment and was rushing. I'm very sorry. Could you give me a pass this one time? Rules apply to everyone equally. For violating the General Student Council's regulations and disrupting traffic. Wow. 100,000 yen ticket for jaywalking? I mean, I get jaywalking isn't cool, but it's way more than usual. Opposing the will of the Acting General Student Council President? Unacceptable. You are under arrest for sedition. Really? This can't be happening. Now how does this thing work again? Is it this one? Was that why is everyone crowding around that ATM? You there, why are you loitering? Please bear with me, I'm an old man and not tech savvy. Withdrawing cash takes me a while sometimes, just need to find the right button. Okay. Everyone is equal, no exceptions. All citizens deserve access to public utilities. You must move once your allotted time has passed. Your selfish behavior has created a line. Can't even get cash these days. You there, what's that in your hand? Oh, this? Just... You don't just... I'm gonna have to I have to sign with the security guard now. That's just ridiculous. Just a deadly explosive device that could destroy buildings and injure citizens with a mere toss? Are you a terrorist? Who's your target? No, since when can we not carry grenades around? You couldn't tell me I couldn't carry my school books or water bottle, would you? I'm pretty sure grenades are listed on our supplies list. In accordance with the new executive orders, carrying explosives weighing over 100 grams within DU territory is illegal. You're under arrest for conspiracy to commit a terror attack. That's absurd! Soldiers everywhere, and they're arresting citizens left, right, and center. Since when did it become illegal to carry grenades in the city? If that was the thing, I would have been arrested ages ago. It's all a part of that new executive order they issued. There's so many new rules and regulations they could probably teach an entire class on it. The textbook would be huge. We're focusing on the wrong thing here. Since when is Kaiser Corporation in charge of policing the public? Shouldn't a whole lot of them behind bars after the last failed coup? Yeah. Kaiser has more influence than we realize. I think. We can't stand seeing the law enforcement intimidating and arresting residents, even if it's in the name of crime prevention. That's not how justice should be upheld. But, you know, today does feel more orderly. On a typical day in Kvotos, you'd have some yahoos firing guns or trying to blow us up with a grenade launcher. And such a threatening security presence, no one's foolish enough to start anything. Why does this feel so wrong? Isn't this the ideal society? No one commits any crimes because the law reigns sovereign over the city, so why does it feel so ominous? I think the word you're looking for is oppressive. Is this the justice I've envisioned all these years? Oh no, it's the hobos. Go away. I don't want to listen to you. Hey, you there, what are you doing? Do not know me. Is it your first... It is... Oh, okay. It is your first time beholding such greatness, I would assume. We are well known, famous even among folks who... Yeah, no, I'm not reading his lines. I want to strangle him so badly. Oh wait, he's a robot, so it doesn't matter if I strangle him. What I need to do is take apart his circuits. I am Discardus. Where the clip? I lose the will to just read his lines. Fine. I am Discardus. We're this collective of the poor who will hope to live simply and honestly, my ass. We call ourselves the pursuers of non-possessive happiness. The pursuers, for short. The pursuers? Exactly, and we aren't moochers. And we aren't moochers of society. We chose this way of life to nourish our souls. Not working, not owning, not wanting. Interested? If you fancy our way of life, please. Bravo 1, take this idiot away. I'm with him now. No, wait a minute. We haven't done anything wrong. You're loitering, if anything. If you're going to haul us away, you have to at least give us a reason. I don't think so. Okay, here's your reason. Because you did nothing. You are a cancerous parasite leeching off society. You drain its resources and give nothing in return. For a thriving community, we need to reshape mindsets like yours. We're sending you to the Kaiser Corporation's employee facility to work. Time for you to contribute to society. No! You can't make me work, no! I think it'd be good for him, for goodness sake. Even if the course of action you pursue is for the public good and safety, you cannot arrest citizens without a warrant. If you abuse your authority like this as a member of the SRT Academy, I have no choice but to intervene. You misunderstand. This is the will of the acting president. Am I to understand you are questioning her command? Even if you say it's her will. A weapon has one purpose, and it's useless if it can't perform it. Anyway, which school are you from? I don't recognize uniforms. The SRT Academy? SRT Academy? That doesn't ring any bells. Excuse me, are you trying to antagonize us? Saki, it's okay if they don't know. It just means we'll have to teach them who we are, one lesson at a time. On top of that, you seem to have weapons that violate the new executive order. You're being detained too. Drop your weapons and put your hands in the air. Orbit 1 permission. Permission granted. On my signal. It's fine, I can handle this. Sensei? Oh. It's been a while, Rabbit Squad. General. From the recent attack on Shale. You mean the one who nearly blew up a building during Operation Recapture Shale? I'm honored my decision stood out enough in the minds of such elites as yourselves to be remembered. Don't get a big head about it. It's more like your refusal to accept defeat was so absurd that I couldn't help but remember you. I suppose I'll have to take what I can get. And I have to wonder, why the hell is the head honcho on the floor actually doing, footwork? Is he that underpaid? Or understaffed? I will admit, I may have underestimated your squad back then. But unfortunately for you, I'm not too prideful to learn from my past mistakes. Well, let us go. The odds were on your side in that situation. As if those grunts would have stopped you. Regardless, I have orders. Direct orders from the Acting General Student Council President, in fact, to not antagonize the SRT Academy students. The acting... From Defense Chief Kaya? Yes. It seems she's planning to reinstate the SRT Academy under her command this time. If that is true, we may not be allies, but we will be on the same side. I have no reason to fight you. She's going to reinstate SRT? There, your complexion is pale. Do you need anything? Probiotics, food? Please, feel free to take advantage of Kaiser's services. You'll have access to whatever supplies you need at the Kaiser Express in front of the park. Granted, we can't openly give you outlawed weapons, but if you need something, let's just say we can arrange something a little more discreet. Your offer sounds fine and dandy, but I know when something's too good to be true. What are you scheming behind the scenes? The last plan to overthrow the General Student Council failed largely because of us. Surely you resent us. Isn't that a given? I can't stand you, SRT. You have power most can only dream of, and you squander it away on your shallow ideas of justice. Your misguided sense of righteousness almost cost me everything. The idea of taking each and every one of you down? It's incredibly appealing. But sometimes society requires us to be nice. It requires handshakes with trembling little rabbits. Personal vendettas mean nothing in the face of my greater goals. In that regard, President Kaya sets a good example. She'd collaborate with anyone as long as it furthered her goals. She proved as much when she extended her hand again after I betrayed her. The cooperation of two people who understand how to exploit each other's strengths is stronger than your paltry relationships. Things like camaraderie, friendship, machinations of the weak. You believe in nothing, then? I have my beliefs, but they don't dictate my missions. I follow orders, regardless of my personal beliefs. That's what makes an ideal soldier, a proper special ops agent. Can you claim that? To me, you're strong but idealistic to a fault. Whiny children. You're cowering prey who fights the injustices in front of you, but turn your head at inequalities that don't affect you. So keep winning as many battles as you want. But you won't be able to win this war. You don't have the resolve. Let's head back, everyone. You've collected more than enough intel. Please, feel free to accept some of Kaiser's free supplies on your way back. No, thank you. I'm not naive enough to be in debt to someone like you. Not when I don't know what you're planning. Excellent. At least a leader has some amount of common sense. Until next time, then. I can't believe we just got lambasted by that loser of all people. Something's wrong. What is it? Is there something on my face? No, but when he was taunting us earlier. You're usually a hot-headed idiot, so I was just waiting for your balloon to explode. But you actually kept your cool. Has our little Saki finally matured? There were soldiers with guns everywhere. It's not about maturity. I was trying to not get us killed. I don't like to take the Super General's face in. And anyway, well, he was right about one thing. Dominating the battle won't help if those in power change the rules every time they start losing. Yeah. I remember when I was playing with my brother once. Well, he changed the game the moment I understood what the hell we were playing, and actually started beating his ass. And I'm pretty sure that was the last. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was definitely the last time he ever played with me. Sore loser. I mean, at the end of the day, we were made to follow orders. At SRT, they always said on the battlefield, emotions are a distraction, and distractions mean failure. So I think it's time to address the elephant in the room. What's our next move, Miyaka? Elephant, what do you mean? Don't play dumb. Yukino wants us to disband and become a part of the Fox Squad. What do you want to do? I'm hesitant to disband Rabbit Squad, but if the SRT Academy is really reopened, it'd be a little purposeless to continue protesting here. Then maybe being a good weapon and listening is our best option. I mean, how much longer are we really going to live in a park? We can't keep scavenging for supplies forever. You have no way of making money and improving our situation. You could just go get a job. Oh wait, no, their accounts are frozen, aren't they? Yeah, I think that just that alone would be kind of painful. And I personally would much rather have a warm bed when winter hits. Oh, I'll do whatever you want to do. I'll do whatever you do, Mayaka. Yeah, I can't imagine like camping out in winter in the park. That's suicide. Yeah, you're more likely to freeze to death. The only way I can think they'd. Hmm. I suppose it depends on the tent, what the tents are made of. If they're layered enough, it should keep the cold out. Considering Chief Kaya promised to restore SRT Academy, keeping up this barricade in the park is pointless. Joining our seniors would mean a structured life, better weapons, and a comfortable place to live for the whole squad. What matters more to me? Are these ideals I've dug my nails into since the moment I joined SRT just that? Ideals? Dreams? My squad members' struggles are what matters. Okay, listen up, everyone. I can't make a final decision without hearing from you first. Say they do actively oppose the SRT, the new SRT. What do they do? I mean, if they actually attack the GSC again, well, not it was this technically a flaw squad, but you get what I mean. There's something about the smell of a bottle of Blue Mountain after morning drills. The heating and grinding process of the beans is meticulous and intense, but it's necessary for the beans to produce this perfect flavor. A harmonious blend of acidic and refreshing. Kind of like handling people. If you push governing hesitantly, scared of opinions and backlash, you're left with nothing but a bitter taste in your mouth. There are murmurs now, but in time, Devotus' people will see. They'll understand that freedom is a small price to pay for the harmony of order. With Chief Officer Rin's supporters ousted and Kaiser cooperation secured, everything's on track. Granting them authority to dole out punishments was a no-brainer for our access to their influence and money. But just slowly pile over like this, might even become the next Yellowstone Council president. Oh? Chief Kaya? I mean, acting General Student Council President. Deputy Chief of Defense. My apologies, I have something to report. Report, Deputy Chief. This had better be important. I have too much on my plate for trivialities. Well, about that. Normally, I'd report to the supervisory office, but Chief Officer Rin is unavailable, so I came directly to you instead. In that case, make it quick. What is it? At 11 a.m. earlier today, a cash transport train on the Hokuroku Central Line was commandeered by armed criminals. Their current location is unknown. According to protocol, the acting president must contact the transportation office to activate the emergency system and request assistance from neighboring districts. Yes, a train hacking, armed robbers. Wait, a train was hijacked? Why am I only hearing about this now? Huh? But hijackings are practically routine in quotas. It's almost a monthly tradition at this point. How does she not know as the chief of defense? Former chief of defense. Is she not doing her work? And you very emphatically specified no reports this morning, so... Routine, you said? And Chief Officer Rin used to handle these hijackings on top of her other responsibilities? Yes, that's correct. Fine, I'll handle transportation. Coordinate with the Valkyrie Police School to ID the criminals and seal off possible escape routes. Start with the stations. If it was this morning, it would be kind of late to, start locking down, isn't it? There's a slight issue. What now? The Public Peace Bureau Director and all its members who usually handle this are actually still on probation. They were punished for disobeying orders. Due to the executive order going into effect, most Security Bureau students are out on weapons inspection. So there's no personnel to respond to the situation. Wasn't it her policies, basically? So how the hell did she not plan this out? I mean, she planned everything out. I mean, all the scheming and whatnot to get to the positions. How can she not have the administrative ability? Come on. Then rally any available officer or public security member you can find. Isn't restoring order your duty? I thought it was Kaiser's. If you let this new council down, then I can't help but wonder what new role you, Deputy Chief of Defense, will be holding once the dust settles. I'll handle it immediately. Didn't expect this being president to be so draining. Hello, Transportation Office? Chief Kaya, what do you want? My title is Acting General Student Council President, not Chief. You want me to call you that? My lunch would be delivered and go cold before I finished. My lunch will be delivered soon, so I'm busy. There are more pressing matters than your lunch. I beg to differ, lunch is sacred. Disrespectful. The Deputy Chief of Defense reported a hijacking of a cash transport train on the Hokuriku Central Line. I need you to activate the emergency system and dispatch personnel, organize the search and retrieval for the train, and report back to me. Well... I think I'm good. Excuse me? Train hijackings aren't like snap my fingers and the problem's formally fixed. It's going to be an annoying, drawn-out process. I'll handle it after lunch. Do you not grasp the urgency here? If you think your lackadaisical attitude is going to fly here, I'll arrest you for negligence and sabotage of the General Student Council. Sure, go ahead. At least I won't have to work anymore. Can you ask them to bring me some chips? Oof. I really hope whoever replaces me can read and manage all these operational charts and stuff. Well, best of luck to them, I guess. Nobody knows Kubota's operations like me and my staff, Kaya. Oh, well, like me and my staff, Kaya. If you want to gut my department, go ahead. I'm sure that'll work out real well for you. Are you trying to strong-arm me? I mean... My lunch got here. Later! I mean, even if she wasn't openly opposing Rin, you'd think she'd, know her colleagues' personalities. I suppose they'd stick to their own department. But they'd, meet at meetings, right? Stay calm, Kaya. Deep breaths. You're Kubota's finest and the future General Student Council President. Stay calm and rational. Tackle problems one at a time. What? What problem needs fixing now? You seem on edge, Acting President. Oh, Chief of Finance. Just dealing with a barrage of issues on my first day. There's always a transition period. You're a sensible one, so I trust you're not here to add to my troubles. She's probably here to, ask for, why the hell the finances aren't straight. Well... So about the new executive order expensive invoice you submitted earlier. Yes, it's necessary for the new council. Please process it. Rejected. What? On what grounds? I reviewed it personally and all the invoice entries are in Arabic numerals. It's against policy to process non-Chinese numerals to prevent fraud. Also, the authorization stamp is smudged and difficult to read. If I can't read the name, I can't verify it. If I can't verify it, I can't approve it. Resubmit the following the correct procedures at your convenience. Wait, Chief, wait! I'm so all the way to my banks right now. Could you overlook this just once? I promise I'll make it up. No. No exceptions, no matter your position. Even Chief Officer Rin revised her mistakes herself. But visions have a same-day turnaround. If it isn't corrected by today, I'll have to dismiss it entirely. Could I perhaps get an extension? Just until tomorrow? Tomorrow, but not a minute later. I love how you... Seriously, did everyone just wake up and decide to be difficult today? Why can't I find any confident help? Not one single person. I can't believe my bad luck with people. Problems? Yes, but all trivial. They just need to be delegated properly. It's only that incompetence somehow has the power to make a mountain of even its tiniest molehill. The Fox Squad seems to be my only smarts who can do as they're told. Because discipline and executing orders are our job. And a weapon is useless if it can't fulfill its purpose. That kind of mindset is why I appreciate you. I do have a question. When do you plan on reviving the SRT Academy? Is that really a concern right now? Right now we need to secure the board's trust and consolidate power. Once I control the council, I'll make you 10 new SRTs. Priorities, you know. Understood. I apologize. It's okay. Remember, I'm the only one who truly understands you and your worth. Trust in me and you'll have what you want. Following my orders is the only way for you to give your squad members and those sorry-eyed underclassmen what they need the most. Understood. That's 5 words. 5 words for a title. That's 4 too many. President, I have a report. At this point, nothing could surprise me anymore. Well, go on. What's the crisis this time? It's, Director of Human Resources was attacked. The Director of Human Resources was attacked by her subordinates. What did you say? A few hours earlier outside the General Student Council building. Good work, comrades. The quick dismissal of the acting president was thanks to every single one of you here. You came together as one screaming voice, and our injustices were heard. Are they from Red Winter? You know? Coups every other week? Sure sounds like it. It's been days. They might be our alumni, but they're so dedicated to protesting, it almost makes me feel bad. Did you hear how they actually refused payment? Oh no. There's no need for pity. Challenging injustice and authority is their workers' way. We could protest all day, as long as it's against those in power. I guess you would never really take the Red Winter out of the student. So is Chief Officer Rin really gone? Huh? That's old news. She couldn't take the power of our protesters. Chief Officer Rin stepped down already. Then who is the acting General Student Council president right now? Shiranui Kaya, I think. It's kind of confusing, but they said the old president chose her or something. Which means... Oh, good lord. I mean, I wasn't wrong. It's Red Winter. Down with Big Prison Kaya! Oh, good lord. This is hilarious. Down! Down! Fake! What are you chanting right now? We won already! We wanted Rin out, not Kaya! We did! But Rin stepped down! Kaya is the acting president now. She's the representative authority of all of Kiveros. So that means everything Kiveros Everything in Kavodos is her fault now. Oh, good lord. Come on. Come on, man. Her fault. I can't even begin to follow your logic. She just became the acting president today. How could she possibly be responsible for the state of Kavodos? Leaders are accountable for their team's mistakes. So any issues arising in Kavodos should fall on the shoulders of the current acting student council president, aka Shiranui Kaya. Whether it's the absence of a 3-day work week, the unexpected cold snap, or even the limit on pudding portions, Kaya has to answer for all of it. Answer, Kaya! Denounce anything! Demand everything! I should have pulled for it. She sounds fun. These revolutionaries are so self-absorbed. Look, you're done here. Get out. Comrades, she's unveiling her true colors. They can never hide their evil for long. Just like President Cherno and her motley crew. Never forget, this is why we hate bureaucrats. We won't rest until all tyrants and capitalists are gone. No, don't come closer. Stay back, or I'll report you all to Shikaya. Huh? Was that a threat? That's how we say good morning at Redwinter Academy. Comrades, are you prepared to fight? We are ready! The Red Winter Party struggles begins anew! Hey, why is it loading? I only took a snapshot. Come on, go away. Oil? I'm not sure if I got it right. Good enough. And she's cute. If I must say so, her eyes are kind of... I know it's a pretty tame color, but honestly it's kind of eye-catching. The Red Winter Labor Parties. The Red Winter Labor Parties. Labor Parties. The Red Winter Labor Parties. Struggle begins anew. Ah! Oh, good lord. Red Winter is just havoc. How is there any order there? How do they even have classes there? The next day, while making my way through the city to meet with the Rabbit Squad. Is it chaos already? I said no. Shouldn't a Valkyrie student know the rules? This individual is suspicious. They live in the neighborhood. Just yesterday I talked to them about egg prices in front of the station, as I often do. I'll take full responsibility if anything happens. Can you just look them through? We can't subvert the law because some kid says a suspicious individual is okay. If you disagree with the protocol, take it up with the right department. If Valkyrie students aren't able to protect and ensure the safety of citizens, then who is? Mind explaining the situation here? Oh, thank goodness, Sensei. Shale Sensei. This citizen is from this neighborhood. They needed to use the subway to get to their doctor's appointment. But then this Kaiser security guard blocked our way, saying that regulations had changed and started doing this inspection. We're just following protocol. Regulations allow us unilateral authority. to perform routine inspections at any time. I dislike inspections, if I may say so. This old man tried to search my stuff like 2 fucking days in a row. Infuriating. And he even infuriating, I swear. I don't want to even recap it, no. With the recent changes in the student council, there have been a rise in the number of terror threats. In accordance with the new administrative order for DU public transportation safety, citizens entering the subway needed round-trip ticket receipt, government trans... Huh? What do you mean library record? I fail to see how a borrowing record impacts their ability to sit on a train. If a book isn't returned because someone's in another district for too long, it'd be quite the hassle for librarians. Why was that one arbitrarily added in? It's a new measure enacted by the Interim General Student Council for safety quotas. For a late book. We thank you for your continued cooperation. But I only have my ticket. I had no idea I need so many documents for the subway. Borrowing records? I haven't borrowed from the city library in, well, I can't even remember how long. No documents, no entry. If you can't produce the required documents, find another way to your appointment. But there aren't any buses. Should I walk? It's about an hour walk to the hospital. I don't know if my stomach can take that. This is clearly a medical emergency. Getting him to the hospital should be our top priority right now. And an individual's personal circumstances are not an excuse for non-compliance. I'm pretty sure you'd be strung up, if there's a health... If someone, the health thing... what am I looking... Mouth, please, function. Okay, fine, don't. We provided citizens ample notice about the new policies before they were enacted. 1 day? Hell, I'm pretty sure that some people would take a few days just to get all those dang documents. It is a citizen's responsibility to obey the law, regardless of any inconveniences to themselves. Did I hear you correctly just now? Do you have an issue with what I just said? Are you a faculty police school student attempting to undermine the authority of Kaiser security granted by none other than acting President Kaya? I can already see the headlines. Valkyrie student goes on a rampage downtown. Can the police school still be trusted? I never wanted to fight, but this is how you choose to conduct yourself? Caerbannog? Y'all fancy a ride on the subway tonight? Oh, who is it? If the issue here is paperwork, I might be able to assist. Director Khan. Do you intend to escort the civilian to the city office to retrieve them? Really? Escorting them to the city office, not the hospital? Do I look like a tour guide to you? We can sort everything out here. Ticket receipts are electronic and sent automatically. Just check your email. Oh, it's right here in my spam folder. A receipt from the transportation department. What's next? The transit permit? We recently added a clause to include a grace period after these new policies were enacted. Valkyrie students have authority to give out interim permits while the grace period is active. The permit form, Karina, signed bottom. Yes, ma'am. Let's see, you can get a subway map for free from the station. That just leaves the library record. The DUCLE library automatically gets rid of any borrowing records that haven't shown activity for 2 or more years. This citizen fits that category, which exempts him from that requirement. Are we good then? It appears so. Proceed. Thank you so much, I'll never forget this. Back for 1 day and already up to my neck in work. That was amazing, Director Kana. Thank you so much. If it weren't for you, that citizen. Kirino, you should know all that, though. Nakatsukasa. Kirino! Ma'am! What were you thinking putting your hand on your weapon? You ran into some Kaiser security guards who wouldn't listen to you, so your first instinct was to open fire in the middle of a city? No, man, not at all. I wasn't going to shoot. The guard refused to listen to reason, so my plan was to deploy a smoke grenade. And help the civilian escape. One smoke grenade against Kaiser security guards armed with the best technology known to Kivodos. I see your point. You need to learn to think. Bureaucracy should always be your first. What is all that commotion? I heard a Valkyrie student picked a fight with a Kaiser security guard when they really got into it. It must have been over one of the new regulations. I don't blame her, honestly. Let's relocate somewhere more private. You owe me a cup of coffee for bailing you out of here. Yes, ma'am. I'll get you 10 cups if you'd like. There's a place nearby that has the fluffiest donuts, too. I don't like donuts, but I'll take the coffee. Yeah, if you've ever like handled disgruntled customers trying to pick a fight, yeah, they're a huge pain in the ass. In this case, it's the opposite. In which case, the service provider is the one being a pain in the ass. But still, it's pretty much the same. Handle them with slap them with the red tape, or rather, give them follow the dang procedures to the T. Make sure every T is crossed, I's are dotted, and then shove it in their faces as smugly as you can. I swear. 3 coffees, please, and a chocolate donut set. What's the occasion, Sensei? Hey, why is it loading? Load. Connection unstable, my ass. Load. Load. It's on Wi-Fi. On Wi-Fi. There we go. I was supposed to pay for it. Actually, is the Wi-Fi really necessary? You'd think they'd... Huh, I never thought about it. But is it actively downloaded? Like, as we play through the story? I thought it'd be batch downloaded. I mean, it's only text. It won't take a lot of data. A token of gratitude for our hard-working Valkyrie police officers. The world might be flipped on its axis right now, but somehow you always manage to say the exact same. Here you go. 3 coffees and a chocolate donut set. It looks delicious. The specialty donuts here are my favorite. Vivi's the one who showed me this cafe. I love how well the donuts and coffee pair together. Since they use a bittersweet dark chocolate when you have it at the same time as the coffee, you really shouldn't be so radio ad. Up until now, Kivodos has been protected by novices. The Valkyrie Police School officers are, at the end of the day, students who care more about finding the next best donut shop than public safety. Kaiser Security, on the other hand, has a team of seasoned former PMC units on call at all times. We are prepared and capable of providing the best security technology can offer under any circumstances, as well as the most rigid, stick-up-the-ass officers on the streets. You're welcome. In the DHU alone, under the guidance of the Acting Student Council President Kaya, we have tightened security, established rigorous, extremely rigorous inspection points, and intrusive inspection points, might I add, and managed to cut down crime rates by a solid 50%. How the hell did you get that in one day? How the hell did you collect all the data, proper data, and collate it in under a day? Good Lord. At Kaiser Security, our commitment is to restore peace and order What do you mean restore peace and order? Peace, huh? Sounds nice. Yes, it does. Since I heard you turned down Kaya's reform proposal, I didn't have time to look at it too closely, but you didn't have much to lose from it, from what I could tell. Which leads me to believe the refusal is more principle-driven. You've summed it up well. If it was just a simple pacifying gesture, then sure, go crazy with your principles or whatnot. But I don't think I need to remind you that saying no to Kaya is never that simple. She's hardly one to ever let sleeping dogs lie. Anna, you acted in your principles when you helped me, didn't you? Well, we all have to stick to our guns every once in a while, don't we? That was from the final chapter, where she was... Ah, right, she was breaking Sensei out of the containment prison. Captured by Kaiser. Yeah, I remember that. Speaking of, I'm glad to see you up and about again. Yes, thanks to you looking out for me. Okay, cutting right to the chase. I resigned my position as Public Peace Bureau Director. To be more exact, I've been temporarily relieved of my position. If it was retaliation for helping me, I can't have you taking responsibility for my decisions, Sensei. Regardless of the situation at the time, the director can't and shouldn't break protocol. Never. Instead, I defied direct orders from my superiors and fought allies with hostile intent. Even if I made the right call in the end, I still have to hold myself accountable. The more we bend the rules and make exceptions, the easier it becomes for bad characters to manipulate them. I went into this knowing I'd have to pay the price, and I'm at peace with it. Honestly, I'm glad it wasn't worse. Again, can I point out, her eyes are really pretty. I'd like to brush aside her bangs to see both her eyes. Mm-hmm. I went into this knowing, yeah, I already read this. But there were things I didn't plan for. A lot of Public Peace Bureau students followed and supported my insubordination. They met the same fate I did, and now we have no bureau providing security for its citizens. Which is also how Kaya was able to pivot DU security to Kaiser's control so smoothly. Kaiser's largest and most successful corporation, Kivotas. You'd think that the General Student Council would have curtailed their, influence. They have means and experience well outside of what the Public Peace Bureau was able to provide. I trust they can maintain Kivotas' police laws and regulations. But what does bother me is how tight these regulations have gotten, and the massive increase in guards. Other companies besides Kaiser corporations are pretty much sidelined. Citizens are staying indoors, afraid of the paramilitary level forces that are marching through their neighborhoods. Sure, crime rates have gone down, but do the ends justify the means here? It's excessive, yes. I have to admit, I haven't been sure much these days. The only thing I can do is hope my decision wasn't the wrong one. You made the call you thought was right. That's all that matters. You don't need to defend me. Everything the villain does in the story has to catch up to her eventually, right? Honestly, I should have stepped down a long time ago. Now I'm not sure if I've lost my opportunity. You're not some third-rate villain, Director Khan, huh? You have exceptional aim and your admin work is impeccable. Despite all your experience, you still genuinely care. I can't just sit around and listen to you talk down about yourself anymore, not when so many of us at Valkyrie look up to you. I train every day hoping to be half as good as you one day, Director Kana. Sadly, Kirno, you could train twice a day every day and you still wouldn't be a quarter as good as me. Oof. Director, my heart. I could say the same for myself. I could never become a member of the Public Safety Bureau and gain the faith and trust of the citizens like you have. You might be a lousy shot, but you've really proven yourself. Director Kana. Oh, good lord. Down with Acting General Student Council President Kaya! We deserve a 2-day work week! See to our demands or I'll eat or I'll eat all your pudding! Where did these guys come from? No matter what we do, they just keep cropping up like flies. You can't do our job with them always in the way. Yeah, and another thing, right? If they are so zealous in, arresting people, eventually their cells are going to get full. And then what? Well, they'll let the least pressing quote-unquote criminals go. And since all of their cases are more or less just absolutely farcical, pretty much everyone will probably be let go. And then what is this joke security? We need backup. Time for work, Kirina. Let's go. It doesn't matter who's in charge of security. We still have our duty as faculty students. We'll provide backup. See you around, Sensei. Thank you for the donuts. I finished my coffee and headed out to Kosagi Park to see the Rapid Squad members. Kaya's vision of normal is, well, how you say, idealistic. She expects things to go as planned, but doesn't plan for, failures. Where did everybody go? I searched all throughout their encampment, but it was a ghost town. They wouldn't leave plans around, right? Finally, I found their old sleeping tent empty, with only a letter inside. Dear Sensei, hello, this is Miyako. I'm sorry that I'm delivering this news in a letter. Starting today, we are officially ending our Kosagi Park occupation in protest to rejoin our senior classmates. When we talked, I truly did believe in what you told me and the things you discussed. But with Acting President Kaya supporting the revival of the SRT Academy, our protest no longer had a cause. I couldn't justify asking my squad members to continue living under these conditions when there was no longer a fight to rally behind. Living in the park has been hard. Scrounging for expired bentos and stealing barrels just to have somewhere to bathe. I can't forget how difficult it was for my squad members when we first moved here. But despite all that, your support has been invaluable. I don't want you to think it wasn't. Any one of those struggles I mentioned would have brought us to our knees had you not been there to pick us back up every single time. It's thanks to you that we can now look forward and accept support from others too. All their needs have been met. We can follow Saki's regimented daily routine, and Moi will have enough firepower to blow up Kyoto's. I'm kidding. Hope. Even me will finally get to have that comfy bed she's always wanted. It wasn't an easy decision. It required sacrificing my principles. But maybe my principles were wrong. At the end of the day, a weapon that can't serve its purpose is useless, right? I do hope this decision was best for everyone. I'm sorry I didn't discuss it with you first. I wanted to ask you for advice in person at first. I wanted to know what you thought of my choice. But I felt that hearing your voice would have made me second guess myself. So I hope you understand why this letter is the only thing we left you as a goodbye. We put you through a lot, didn't we? Thank you, Sensei. We'll come back to clean up the park and gather our supplies after completing our operation. I hope our... No, from Miyako? Sorry. It's still from Miyako. I hope our paths cross one day. Again one day. Maybe in a different place in a different world. Sincerely. But she said operation. If you're just joining up with the Fox Squad, what operation is... Based off the corners, this is where they said to meet them. This is the biggest training facility I've ever seen. If that's even what it is. We're so far out. Who knew there was a whole facility all the way out here? Weird. It doesn't show up on satellite images. Okay, that's disturbing. ECM devices blocking cameras, maybe? That doesn't... ECM is pretty much local, so satellite imagery is not affected. This was an SRT Academy training facility before the Council President disappeared. It was meant to serve as a base of operations in the event of an emergency, so its very existence was highly confidential. This is my first time here as well. You've made your choice? Yukino? Reporting. I received orders that Tsukiyuki, Miyako, and the other 3 members of the Rabbit Squad are to join the Fox Squad. As squad leader, I hereby disbanded the Rabbit Squad and transfer authority of its members to Fox Squad leader Shichido Yukino. Confirmed. As of now, Tsukiyuki, Miyako, and the 3 members of our squad will serve as an active unit under the Fox Squad. Welcome to the Fox Squad, squad leader Tsukiyuki. Thank you. The doggy's still cute. There they are. I found the rabbits. You took your sweet time. We've been waiting. Togi and Kurumi. Thank you for coming all the way here. Are you hungry? Or would you like to shower first? Shower? You get to shower in a room? Absolutely. Cleanliness is vital for combat readiness. Yeah. In particular, I'm pretty sure she means, making sure your equipment is combat ready. As in, it's maintained. No matter how dire the situation, you can't train efficiently if you're not... sorry, I forgot. Not at all. We were the ones who chose to live in the park. Well, I'm happy to say we're equipped with showers and individual beds for each of you. Please make yourself at home. Thank you. I'm exhausted. I just want a good shower and a soft bed. That does sound nice, but before that... Oh no. Kawaii だから. Is he gonna complain every time we take it? Okay, I guess not. We're starting all of your specialty training routines. Up and at 'em, bun buns. Specialized training right now? Based on recent observations, your combat skills need sharpening. A lot. Considering a bonding activity, you'll get to evaluate your strengths and weaknesses. Rabbit, you're not the rabbit squad anymore, technically. Gear up and meet at the training area. Just when I thought I could finally experience luxury and comfort in my poor hard knock life. We're going to get special training direct from our seniors. No dilly-dallying, unpack and gear up now. You're probably the only one in SRT's history to be excited about surprise training. At least there are showers. You don't have to worry about being sicky if we sweat. Since our adorable underclassmen are here, I'll have to put in some extra effort into these in your menu. Miyako, everything okay? Oh, everything's great. Yeah, everything's great. Is it though? Shock and fear. I'm guessing Kaya is gonna call for something really absurd and then yeah, the rabbit squad will actually, well, basically insubordinate. I can see that coming. I have one condition, more of a request, if you will. For the Red Winter office to take responsibility for and disband the protesters from your school. Can we shake on that, President Chair, now? I don't think that'll happen. It seems you're confused, Acting General Student Council President. You see, I am not simply a president. I am the Student Council President of Red Winter Academy, Head of Beautification, Secretary General, Head of Physical Education and the Catering Department, and this month's top pudding taster, Cherno. I refuse to respond to such a paltry title. Red Winter is such a pain in the ass. Yes, Red Winter Academy Student Council President and the head of the various departments. Cherno, back to the matter at hand. Head of various departments, you trivialize my position? I'll have you purged. Why is this little child in front of me so attached to these fake positions no one cares about? Please excuse me, great leader Cherno. But the protesters hindering the General Student Council's ability to carry out its responsibilities is a pressing concern. They are causing civil unrest all over DU. An external security review confirmed that most of these troublemakers are students from Red Winter Academy. As DU's Chief of Defense and Acting General Student Council President, I am firmly demanding the Red Winter office take responsibility. Now that you mention it, the Labour Party has been unusually quiet. So that's their game. So what's the grievance that they're protesting this time? That's a good question, great leader Cherno. These students are demanding not just free pudding rations and an unrealistic 2-day work week, but they're also initiating a coup. So that sounds like Tuesday at Winter. Is that so? And? See what I mean? Does that giant hat block your hearing? A coup, a rebellion. You're trying to topple the General Student Council itself. As the Acting General Student Council President responsible for Kubota's security, this is a matter that can't... I get it, coups can be quite bothersome. I've weathered a few myself. One thing I've learned, Chief Kaya, is that trying to crush a coup directly only fuels flames. And isn't it natural for students to rebel if they're unhappy with this council's actions? What do you mean by that? There'll always be these short-sighted students who can't see the visions of distinguished leaders like us. While it's nothing like Red Winter, I imagine being General Student Council President of DU must be challenging. The public will never understand you. This is exactly why I'm trying to request that the Red Winter office take responsibility. Now then, I don't normally involve myself in matters outside of my academy, but when I see hard work, it must be rewarded. Therefore, the Red Winter office will send you a box of Shrenka. Will send me what now? Gasp. You have never tried a Shrenka, Chief of Defense? Shrenka is Red Winter Academy's signature milk chocolate. Its richness is unparalleled. If it's to your liking, perhaps the General Student Council could receive regular shipments. What I'm asking for now is manpower, not... Oh no, what could this have how could this have happened? I was enjoying chatting with like-minded leaders so much I almost missed my scheduled nap time. We'll continue this later. Acting General Student Council President whatever your name... Wow? That insolent brat! How does Red Winter Academy not have one single serious student? Were you asleep? Wait, I'm not from Red Winter Academy. I know, I wasn't talking to you. Are you sure that Brat is Red Winter Academy's Student Council President and Representative Chief of Staff? Indeed. Ren Kawachernos currently holds the position of Student Council President at Red Winter Federal Academy. Currently. See, she caught on as well. Last week, I believe it was Chairman Ikimura Marina. If I'm understanding correctly, we have to solve the security threat by negotiating with an academy that changes leadership on a weekly basis. Yet the former acting President Rin seemed quite competent at it. With the right incentives, this should be a cakewalk compared to dealing with Journey and Gehenna. I guess someone with a background in defense might only know how to use sticks. Chief Kaya? Acting General Student Council President. She really loves those 5 words, huh? Yeah, sure, I'm sorry. Nah. Regarding the regular defense reports, numerous civilians have made grievances about the new policy mandating them to, show 10 forms of ID when making a cash withdrawal. And there have been a number of incidents across the EU where frustrated civilians have brandished weapons instead of IDs, coercing bank staff to make the withdrawal. That's blatant armed robbery. This is happening all over, and are Valkyrie officers and Kaiser guards just twiddling their thumbs? As mentioned before, both the Security Bureau and Kaiser Security are stretched thin due to the sheer number of daily inspections. If they lack personnel, then hire private security firms to maintain security. I won't tolerate even a single criminal act while I'm in charge of Kyoto's. She says that, but things have been way more chaotic since she took over. The protest delayed me for 30 minutes this morning when I was trying to get to Sanctum Tower. While minor crimes have decreased, major crimes have escalated. Because all of our resources have been directed towards regulating the citizens. Criminals have suddenly found themselves with no more room to play. And the Director of Human Resources of the Commission, Chief Kaya, has less supporters than ever. Maybe she can't keep up with the pressures of her office. Chief Officer Rin is looking more and more competent every day. Enough. Meeting adjourned. Not a good look. You don't just... As the boss, you do not storm out of the office meeting. Is she gonna call extreme measures? You kept me waiting. There you are, Acting General Student Council President. I'm not a fan of these 5-letter titles. 5-word titles. At least keep it to 1 syllable. Boss. Boss is 1 syllable. I'm here in person because there seems to be delay in payments to Kaiser Security. Considering the manpower and equipment required, the previous payment doesn't even come close to covering. Why am I still being bothered with petty problems? The amount of money we've paid you, how is it that you are incapable of handling even a single student protest before it reaches my desk? Why? Because you haven't paid the proper price, of course. You say what you have paid me is how much the General Student Council has approved in its budget. But if your problem won't go away, then maybe the budget isn't sufficient. You're in no position to be asking for more, Kaiser. Have you forgotten that I kept Kaiser Corporation from diving nose first into bankruptcy? Where would you be if I hadn't covered up your crimes in the incident? Of course not. Trust is the backbone of any business arrangement. However, I also don't believe in conducting business arrangements on emotional whims. You may have saved us from bankruptcy, but that doesn't mean I'll burn through our revenues for you. When you asked where I would be, I would have recovered quite easily. I can just throw away the Kaiser brand and start a new company should things go wrong. What about you? You stake your name and credibility with so little thought. If it all comes apart, where will Shiranui Kaya be? I've helped you. I've kept your secrets. The public would be interested to know about the silo you've built on the Kogasaki station, I should think. That was a different issue. You were the ones who took a hit when that rebate was discovered under your protection. The town's redevelopment went up in smoke because of it. I've told you already, once everything's squared away, I'll pay you back. Put it on my tab. I'll even add interest. If that's what you choose. Your tab is adding up to be quite a hefty fee. From what I've gathered, you have yet to gain the Treasury's trust. You don't have much sway in directing the budget, do you? Backing a leader who can inspire her team's confidence does seem rather unwise. Why is this happening? Okay, you want a bit of a history lesson? The people who, are in best position to, scheme their way to the top are in particular those in charge of finance and manpower. That being said, defense technically does have some authority, but it's limited to, military strength. Manpower means you can delegate, you can put people you want in the right places. If you're in charge of finance, you're the one who decides how much budget each department gets. Yeah, defense, you don't get much power. That is unless, of course, it's a militaristic state, but Kibotos isn't a militaristic state. I'm thinking of Stalin, by the way. He got to power, if I recall. He got into power by, like I said earlier, putting his people in positions of power. And thus consolidating power under him. Why doesn't anyone trust me? If only they just listen. Instead, it's suspicion and insubordination at every corner. And somehow the General Student Council president, that woman, all of Kyoto's followed and trusted her. Why her? What can she do that I can't? Why can't I become superhuman too? What's different from then and now, from her Kibotos and mine? Oh? What bad idea popped in your head? I get it. This Kibotos lacks fear. If they fear me, then they'll fall into line. Kaya, where's the thermobaric warhead from Project Antioch? Stored now? The one you confiscated from Kaiser. The warhead has been deactivated and is being stored in a military facility in the outskirts of DU. But due to its explosive power, it has impossible to completely disarm it. Suppose it would take specialized. But it's been months. This is a direct order, Yukino. Transport the warhead to the silo on the Kawasaki station and detonate it. Huh? Can I ask the reason? It's not like you to question orders. So we'll indulge you just this once. Like you said, the Antioch warhead's power is intense, making it hard to fully neutralize. And most of Kawasaki towns have relocated because of the redevelopment in the ways, so casualties would be minimal. Most of Kawasaki town means there are still residents there. Detonating the warhead in a confined space like a subway station will... Yes, I'm aware how it works. Kawasaki station and nearby stations will sustain damage. That's the point. I need a show of force. Bigger than their wildest imaginations. Otherwise, it won't be enough to cow them into submission. No, you went from 1 to 11 right there. No. If you want a show of force, in my opinion, well... You should, how you say... Force the security to, well... Be more heavy-handed, I suppose. Not something I would approve of still, though. They need to know we can erase a small city in seconds. Then they think twice about crossing us. If the accident occurs in the subway, you can pin it on transit staff's negligence. Everything will be tied up in a neat little bow for us. Outstanding. I knew you're a little crazy, but you've truly exceeded my expectations in this time. Our Chrysler president really does seem to have an uncanny eye for talent. Thanks for the praise. One objection, however, the silo under the subway station is Kaiser property. I'm not necessarily keen on you blowing up my things. You have a point. We'll be using your property, so to compensate. Would the control of the subway system suffice? Once I've gotten rid of the current transportation officers, we'll need another body to oversee the subway system. I am pretty sure that Kaiser... Would they want another department? They have convenience, the military... I can't remember what else. I remember they have 3 departments, something like that. If Kaiser Corporation is up for it, it'd be a win-win. Sounds promising. We've been eyeing transport ever since the St. Nephthys rail takeover fell through. Control over the primary transport linking districts would be a source of steady revenue. I'm not one to miss a lasting opportunity because I'm blinded by the short term. Very well. We'll make the preparations to receive the warhead in the silo. We'll need to coordinate with your foxes. That's finally settled. Now, back to my order. She is a rather extreme definition of sweeping things under the rug. It's more like blowing things away. Squad leader, you can know your answer? Fox 1 understood. Yeah, see what I mean? I called it. I knew Kai would escalate. And then while the Fox Squad I feel like the Fox Squad would half-heartedly carry through this, while the Rabbit Squad would, well, like I said, insubordinate earlier, right? Yeah. By the time I left Kurosaki Park and returned to Shale, it was already late into the evening. I approached the counter to pick up a bento, but there's none left. Why did I just noticed they... Imagine that, over-the-counter ammunitions. Amazing. I'm sorry, Sensei, we ran out today. Is there nothing else? Anything else? Some expired ones? No, sorry, we ran out of every single bento in stock. For some reason, only this Angel 24 located in Shell didn't get any of the bentos yesterday. I tried to find out why, but was told it's due to a new order and that even the scheduled bentos were cancelled. All we have left for sale is water. So there's no bread or any other kinds of drinks? Yeah. Basically anything to eat or drink. I know I'm still here, but we've pretty much just closed today. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Not your fault. Sensei, do you know anything about what's been going on in DU? After the coup and stuff, it's been completely dead here. I haven't heard anything from the store's main branch. They gave us these new manuals to memorize, but there's so many regulations, and then these scary Kaiser guards come in sometimes and to make sure we're following all their rules. People are saying that all the Angel 24 shops are going to close and be replaced with Kaiser 26 shops. My job. I've heard really scary things about the Kaiser 26 shops. You know, seeing Sora like this, you know, being absolutely, well, cowardly. Okay, let me count. There's Hiyori, there's Miyu, there's Haruka, and Sora. That's enough for a whole squad. But you know, all the stories and whatnot, it's always particularly exclusive to clubs, and less on the individuals themselves. Individuals within clubs, maybe, but not between individuals across clubs in schools. I certainly would like to see Sora, Miyu, Haruka, and Sora. Hiyori, yes, Hiyori. I don't know why the name just blanked. I'd love to see them, you know, somehow cross each other's paths. Nothing would get done. Can totally see it happening. I was wondering where the 26 came from. Oh. It's impossible to work 26 hours a day. Were you able to eat despite all that? Oh, loading. Yeah, luckily I packed myself lunch today. I made too much meat and potato stew yesterday, so I just brought the leftovers for dinner. If you want, you can have mine. I couldn't bring myself to take Sora's dinner, so I politely refused and headed back to the Shale office. Disgusting. How could you refuse a cute girl's offer for a home-cooked meal? Disgusting. I'm starving. I already ate. Like I said, mac and cheese with ground cayenne pepper and and bacon bits. Yes. Hey, Fox Eats, deliver here. I've got a food delivery for someone named Sensei. Jin? Yes, yes. I didn't order any food though. Odd. I have an order for a Narizushi bento supposed to be delivered right here to the Shields executive office. If you open the door, I can verify the details for you. Nico? What else do you want me to do? We can't just leave without giving them the food. Did you pull out a gun? Oh. Oh. Hmm. Wait! Could I have avoided this if I actually just opened the door? I mean, you didn't have to blow the whole door down, you know? Okay. Oh, the most you had to do was blow off its hinges, okay? Excessive force much? Directed charges, man. Blow off. Let's see. Blow off the lock. Make sure it isn't able to continue, functioning. Then blow off the hinges. Then it's just a freestanding door. Kick it down. That did a little more than expected. Toki, how much did you put in that charge? The door's completely blown off. My bad. I'm a sniper. Don't blame me for not knowing how explosives work. Did Moe give you that? I mean, the explosive. Sorry, Sensei. We'll get that door fixed right up for you. Scott's honor. What now? I'd say good evening, but given the circumstances, still, we're genuinely glad to see you again, Sensei. It's rather late. Have you had dinner yet? I haven't done anything. There's no operation against me. Come on. Leave me alone. I had a feeling you had. I heard there were some unexpected hiccups in the supply chain as we transitioned power. And Shield Store was somehow missed. You really try there, Nico. Well, we all know it's just someone throwing a petty fit. Missing the food supplies, really? That's just childish. But pretty tactical if you think about it. An empty stomach is going to win out over your ideals every time. It's not as if Sensei is staging a sit-in at Shield's executive office, though. It's a little bit immature. Wait, so did Kaya actually do that? It's so petty! If anything, you should make me work harder, damn it. Okay, never mind. I'm okay going a bit hungry. Well, for now, we from Fox Eats, the Fox Squad, will provide supplies where we can. Narizushi? Yep, do you remember the ones from last time? You seem to enjoy them, so I made more for you this time. Go ahead and enjoy. Though I understand and wouldn't be offended if you're a bit wary given this current situation, sorry. No. Maybe I'll get some Narizushi tomorrow. I didn't get my steak either. I am eating out soon, though. Just not immediately. You're already eating, Mika. Wait, did you just eat it just like that? Are you, well, not in your right state of mind, perhaps? Good food. Eat. That's not what I meant. It sounds odd for me to suggest, but did it ever cross your mind that you might have tampered with it? You just blew my door down. If you wanted to do anything, you would have done it anyways. Why give me food? Like poison? Is this? Well, no, but... Sensei, I think you're missing the point. We're kind of on opposite sides right now. I'm sure you're well aware that we've allied with Acting President Kaya so that she'll support the revival of SRT. Shortly after rejecting Kaya to her face, people who work for her come offering food, and you don't suspect any ulterior motives? Are you naive or are you stupid? I know they say to keep your enemies close, but not so close you would eat their food. No, technically, if you if you are close enough that you're eating their food, it also means that you can watch them make the food and thus, prevent them from poisoning it. On the battlefield, sometimes we leave behind faulty ammunition for enemies to loot. It's a similar concept. That's why SRT Academy teaches its students to never touch the food and water rations that belong to the enemy. But I'm not your enemy. Yeah, if anything, Sensei is a neutral party. I'm just your teacher. You truly do live up to your reputation. Nothing good comes from such unconditional trust, even with allies or friends. If people see you as overly trusting, they may think you're naive and unreliable, which can hinder negotiations. Those who aren't wary or skeptical of others' motives tend to get the short end of the stick in life. Right? Knowing this, why do you continue the way you do? I've learned that trust yields more benefits than suspicions ever could. Yeah, no, I haven't gone that far, no thanks. Philosophies and ideals. Do you know about the prisoner's dilemma, Sensei? It's a psychological theory. Two prisoners are separated and given two options. If neither betrays the other, both prisoners are free to go. If one chooses to cooperate and the other doesn't, only the betrayer goes free. In summary, two prisoners can either cooperate for mutual benefit or betray each other for personal gain. Typically, they end up betraying one another because it's the optimal choice. While it's just a theory, it emphasizes the need for self-preservation. We've dealt with all kinds of criminals, and I've never once seen someone sacrifice their well-being for someone else's benefit. The so-called trust that adults brag about is no different. Yeah, don't trust adults. Adults are a myth. You really are SRT's elite force. It's basic game theory. You hardly need specialized training to... I think she would fit in with the game development group. Did you just compliment us? Oh no, you found a weak spot. All fear the compliment. But your theory, I think reality will often surprise you. Real life is more nuanced than some simple game theories, true. What effects will your decisions have on the future? Will the results of this game affect the next? But Sensei, this game isn't really about winning this round or losing that one. The most effective method is winning anything. In winning anything is to make sure the loser can't return. Plant so much fear in your opponent, so much distrust and betrayal, they'll never oppose you again. Sensei, you'll likely never see us again when everything is said and done. You probably won't even remember your answer to this game, Sensei. We're weapons who can only point forward. It's an insignificant decision that no one will care about at the end of the day. Given that, do you still trust us? I do. If you're not going to take us seriously, then Kurumi, chill out. Even if we say we'll walk out of here today and forget all of this happened, you'll hang your hat on tomorrow's potential? Of course. My job is to teach you how to get to tomorrow, in whatever way you want. You're quite the character, Sensei. I'm envious that they have such a good teacher. Just as weird as they say. You know, your squad, the Fox Squad, is a testament to the power of trust. I've seen how much trust the Fox Squad has in your leader. Oh, I trust in Yukino? Well, you're not wrong. She is a squad leader after all. Is there something wrong with that? No, not at all. Are they wavering in their trust in her? The Fox Squad's bonds have always been unbreakable. So you can trust trying to slide your way in with your pretty words. Remind me again why you're here? She's our friend. She's always been She always has been since before she became our squad leader. Well, this has certainly been an illuminating night. We've delivered your food, so our mission here is complete. It appears we dropped by unannounced, attacked you with a barrage of questions, and are now unceremoniously leaving. My apologies. To make up for it, did you want to ask us anything? How are the rabbits? Are they adjusting well? The rabbit squad is. Our team locations are classified, so we can't we can't divulge that. Oh. Take the 10 bus headed to Shinkiro from the station in front of Shale, get off the final stop and walk 1 kilometer east following the dried up valley, and you'll find a facility that's not on the map. It'll look like deserted camp, but it's actually a fully operational training facility for SRT students, active since before General Student Council President disappeared. The Rabbit Squad is stationed there right now. You can ask how they're doing yourself. Yeah, okay, at this point, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so if Yukino is the leader, then Nico is the conscience, right? The mom of the group, after all, right? And this is pretty much evidence that she's not exactly happy, I suppose, with current circumstances. You can't just tell them that. The location of SRT squads is second-class confidential information. It's fine. They're not in prison. They should be able to have visitors. But if you could keep this under wraps, especially from Yukino. I just can't with you. Whatever, I have no thoughts on this anymore. I'm technically outranked here, Deputy Squad Leader. Thanks, both of you. If Sensei can get through to those girls, maybe there's hope for us too. Until next. So the intent is on disappearing, huh? Same like Rio? Okay, if the SRT is meant to be squad, in my opinion, the Fox Squad is more like Black Ops, you know? Not publicly acknowledged, but most certainly there. Take care of yourself, Sensei. Never gonna see them again. Well, that's their assumption. After they took off, I savored the remaining narizushi as I wondered what to do next. For some reason, Nico's narizushi was even more delicious than last time. SRT's justice. I believe he's up in 24. I stopped at what, 9, 8? I think 16 or 17 is fine too. Should I leave it on a cliffhanger? Man, I haven't had a decent hot shower in forever. All of my tension just went whoosh. Nothing beats a shower after a long day of work. What an eventful day. Seriously, the days used to drag on so slowly at the park when we had nothing to do. This is why I'm saying people really benefit from strict rules and a regimented schedule. You say that as if you didn't wake up at precisely 5 a.m. every day at the park too. Okay, I did have fun too. Got to fire some special ammo that I've held back on in the park due to budget constraints. It's been a while since we've had the safety of the secure facilities reassuring. It's nice to not have to worry about wild animals or lost hikers like at the park. But is something wrong with you? Did something happen today? Nowhere to hide? No, it's just all of this comfort. Is this all this comfort really okay? It seems a little silly, but I'd never appreciated the luxury of a hot shower and fresh meals until now. I can't help but feel guilty for making you all rough it out in the park for so long. No, I didn't mean that kind of comfort. Like, we don't even have to make any decisions here, right? What we eat, what we do, even deciding if our last decision was good or bad. The Fox Squad chooses everything for us, so I don't have to be anxious about anything. But should SRT students be living in that kind of comfort when everyone out there is scared because they don't know what's going to happen to vote us? It's like my clothes look like they fit, but they don't feel like it. I don't know. It's natural to question such big life changes like this. You've been through a whirlwind of a day, so it makes sense you would have all these questions and feelings. Why don't you sleep on it and might feel clearer tomorrow? Maybe. Honestly, I kind of miss the makeshift barrel baths with everyone. Heating up the water was a pain. I was always worried about prying eyes, and the tub was too cramped for a proper wash. But despite all that, I always felt a kind of pride as an SRT member using our skills and know-how as five. Now I'm physically at ease, but instead of an SRT recruit, I feel more like a hired mercenary. I actually get what you're saying for once. At the park, even the small-scale drills weren't exhilarating. They gave me high. With unlimited access to top gear now, it's almost dull. It almost dulls the thrill. Don't get me wrong, it's exciting, but it was just off. Like the same enjoyment just isn't there. What about you, Miyako? What, me? I found the conditions to be very satisfactory. The squad can focus wholly on training now and not where our next meal is coming from. As the squad leader of Rabbit working towards the revival of SRT, I have no complaints. Well, deputy squad leader now. Yeah, you still didn't answer my question. What about you? How are you doing? What are you thinking? The unwavering justice you've idolized and wouldn't shut up about since I first met you, the facilities, the hot meals, and warm beds. Do all of those things make it worth it for you, Miyako? Excuse me, I'll leave you all to it. I'd forgotten. Guard duty right after a shower used to be one of my favorite shifts. Feeling the breeze through my damp hair is weirdly comforting. Familiar. Familiar where everything is unfamiliar. Even the equipment feels different from our old weapons. They'll adjust to this lifestyle. It's good for them. Was that an intruder? Why would someone break in through the shower room? The entrance is on the other side of the building, and no common roads lead to here. Was it a wild animal? It was Sensei. Good evening, Sensei. How are you? How did you even find us? That's kind of a secret. I guess I've. Oh, that's disgusting. Don't say that. Don't say that to a girl. You do not say you followed their scent? That's so rude. That was a faster exposé than I expected. Interrogation log 001S1. Interrogated Tsukiyuki Miyako, SRT Academy first year, suspect for investigation, Sensei Fushe. Please help me understand. How and why are you here? It was a bad joke, please. I find that hard to believe. This is a military facility completely removed from any city or town. Even if I were to be generous and assume a happenstance, you can't just happen upon this compound. And you surely understand the inherent risks of coming to a military site completely unarmed and alone. You came all this way avoiding detection, risking your safety. So yes, I find it hard to believe your reason is that mundane. So I'll ask you again, Sensei. Why are you here? Did you come to change my mind? I thought I made it clear in my letter. I've made my decision. Once Chief Kaya's shoes SRT survival, our stint at Kozaki Park was over. No, assurances mean nothing. A concrete building, on the other hand, yes, that makes a difference. Yeah, the amount of assurances people make just to get people to move and then not follow through. Pah. A fully equipped base like this, providing all essentials, is optimal for my squad, or rather my entire unit. I weighed the factors and made the best decision for my squad. And now I no longer make decisions. I am a weapon meant to carry out orders. So there's nothing you can say, Sensei. I'm really not here with an agenda. I just want to know if you're having fun. It's like a damn kid trying to hang out with pals. Aren't you a working adult? Are you procrastinating, Sensei? What bearing does that have on this situation? I am an operative of SRT, maintaining justice and safeguarding the public. Pleasure is a luxury meant for those who aren't assuming these duties. If you're satisfied with that, but you're misunderstanding your duty. My duty? How? Isn't duty about fulfilling a responsibility? Your real duty will never contradict your ideals. You have a responsibility to yourself, Miyako. Are you having fun? This is why I knew I couldn't see you before I left. I always thought growing up was about enduring hardship. That's just bleak. I thought the only way I could grow was if I let go of all my naivety and trust and compassion. Sensei, I had managed to convince myself that it was okay to reject my ideals, my justice. This is what it was to be a part of the real world. It felt my impending adulthood was chastising my younger self. Be stronger, be harder, be smarter. I didn't want to believe that the justice I love didn't have a place in this adult world, but what did I know about growing up? That must be hard as. If I believed that, if my squad members could benefit, I thought I could be at peace. Oops. So why are you coming and telling me that I shouldn't throw away who I am to follow the higher order? Why would you tell me this when I already designed myself to be Yukino's weapon? Will you please stop telling a bunch of clueless children to make their own decision? Sorry, but your justice has a place in my adult world at least. You weirdo. You're making me sound like Saki now. Okay, Sensei, you win. I understand you. Follow me this way. Huh? Why am I being... Oh, let out. Okay. I thought I was getting dragged deeper in. The exit is down this hall. It won't last forever, but I've disabled the alarm system for now. Exit through here and promise you'll go straight to the bus stop without anyone noticing you. You're not reporting me to the Foxes? Yes, right now I'm in charge of security. And if they find out that you are here, Sensei, they won't be easy. That won't be easy to smooth over. I'm a member of SRT, remember? Protecting civilians like you is a part of my job. What do you plan me to do? I'm going to do my duty. I don't really know how to do something like this, so I might mess it up. I don't like the word responsibility. It's okay either way, you'll be fine. Oh? Media? No, command center. Late. Anything unusual during your watch? No, nothing at all. Is that so? Cameras. Receive new orders. Rebel Squad will be joining us. Isn't this map? I thought you might recognize it. These are blueprints to the Kosagi station platform. Tomorrow at 900. I'm trying to read the Japanese, damn it. I can't remember. But T-Rain? Train? That's not... I don't think anybody would... No, T-Line. Sorry, T-Line. Okay. Oh. T-Line. Really? I would color-code it. Yeah, I would definitely color-code it. Tomorrow at 0900, a Kaiser Construction cargo train will pull into platform 2 of Kosagi Station and will unload the Antioch thermobaric warhead. The station will be closed till midday for offloading. To counter potential threats, Rabbit Squad will assist Kaiser security in locking down the perimeter. The Antioch warhead? That's the bomb you retrieved and disabled on the Fox Squad's first public operation. Correct. The entire point of relocating it outside DU was to ensure the people's safety. Now we bring it back into the heavily populated city. What does the council know actually? What are you planning, Yukino? Once unloaded, the warhead will be placed in the station's underground silo and detonated. All personnel will evacuate first and then our squads. You're setting it off underground? Inside a subway station in the heart of the city. It couldn't be a worst case scenario to detonate it. The confined sorters will amplify. You need remind me. I am more versed in the Ox power than most. If that's true, then even more reason you should see the insanity in this. What could your rationale probably be to continue supporting this? I am executing orders. The General Student Council will take responsibility with the public. I'm pretty sure she'd throw you on the bus. Just saying. Then forget the responsibility. You're asking us to stake our lives on a dangerous and immoral operation. At the least, we deserve an explanation as to why we're doing this. Everything I've done I've done for the revival of the SRT Academy. Do you hear yourself, Yukino? You are trying to use the fear and terror of the people our academy was established to protect, to rebuild SRT. In a version of SRT that jeopardizes public safety and leans on other people's authority. There's no right to claim the name. Rights aren't handed out, they are taken. If this is what it takes to come out of this situation, we will be justified to the future students of SRT. Will we, though? I remember hearing you say on the TV all those years ago that no matter the obstacle, SRT's justice never wavers. I fight for my principles and justice I've learned over the years. You can tarnish the SRT name all you want, but those values will never change. This is a direct order. Can I take this as insubordination? No, you can't, actually. You aren't my superior. In fact, I would say you're the one who's insubordinate, Shichido Yukino. Because the General Student Council President is the only one authorized to give us orders. I mean, I guess we all knew deep down this was going to be the end result. Excuse me. One more episode? Okay, we stopped at 9. I think this is a good point to stop. Yes. Yes. There's fighting involved. Yes? Yes, I think I'll end it now. See, I called it! Kai would do something absolutely unreasonable. The Fox Squad will carry on with it, while the Rabbit Squad will, refuse. Called it. That being said, I can only imagine the Fox Squad disappearing after this, like Rio did, like Shiriko Terra did. Is she ever gonna come back as a unit? Damn it. Akira too, damn it. Both of those girls, both Shiriko Terra and Akira, both had already had 3D models created. So all they had to do was just create, an actual unit. Words, please. Whatever. Anyway, that's the end of the stream.